Okay. Well, first of all, thank you all for staying. I hope you enjoyed the game. And been a part of that was a great win. That was a great win by the team. We certainly appreciate our fans tonight, to start with that. I thought it was by far the best third to fourth quarter that we've had in terms of the amount of people that were here. And that's the expectation. The expectation is we just keep building. And next week, we're going to need everybody. We need a sold-out crowd next week for sure. But I want to first off, hats off to Oregon State. I think I have so much respect for Coach Smith. He does it the right way. He's built his program really in a way that we all try to emulate. And he just had it was one of those games that almost everything was equal. 30 rushes, 29 rushes, 62 plays, 27 first downs, 24 first downs, whatever it might have been. But the final score was a field goal game, and that's what it felt like it was the whole time. And I'm glad that we came out on top. Hats off to our team. I think our team had a fantastic resilience about themselves. We didn't really look at the score. They went down. They scored 7-0. Then it was, we kicked the field goal 7-3. Then we took the lead. Then they tied it up, and then we took the lead. Then they took the lead. It was one of those great games that went back and forth, as we expected. And then that fourth quarter, I think everybody just raised it up a notch. And I think that's a credit to our players, to Coach Owens, to the way we train, to our mentality. That we always said we don't win the game in the first quarter, second quarter, or third quarter, right? You win the game in the fourth quarter. And that was a pretty awesome job. Jacob had another great game, 8 tackles, made some huge hits out there. You just felt him lead the defense. Noah did a fantastic job leading the offense tonight, made some huge plays for us at times that we needed, big-time plays. And we made them. And Mike Wiley also had a tremendous game as well. It was great to have him back. But I would say, really, all in all, it was a great team win. All 3 phases contributed to the win, and it was a blast to coach that game, and I can't wait for next Saturday. That's the best part about this. We get to do it again next week.
We'll start with Damien and his son in the front, and then Justin.
Great. What were you thinking when the clock hit 0?
At the end of the game, I was thinking that what a great win for our kids. Our kids have put so much time and effort into trusting everything we've asked of them to do. And what an awesome experience for them to get that big win. And I had a little smile myself, too.
Justin and Jason. What do you make of the complementary football between defense, special teams, and offense in that fourth quarter?
It's what we strive to be. We strive to be a full team. We don't want to be just a team that goes out there and focuses on one side of the ball or the other. We're a team. I believe that's how you win games. The great teams that I've had a privilege to coach on, that's how we won. We didn't win just by being a great offense or being a great defense or being a great special teams. You really win championships when all 3 phases work together, and I thought that fourth quarter, it kind of all clicked together with the way we were able to run the ball, stop the run, put them in 3rd and longs, get off the field on defense, and then obviously finish the game off on offense.
And then the decision to go with Noah, what did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I thought Noah had a great game tonight. Did a great job in managing the game. As always, we always look back and we always want to take a play or 2 or 3 and learn from them. But he did a fantastic job in running the team, and in a situation where the game was going back and forth, that showed great poise and composure and everything we always expect out of him.
2 questions. First off, I know you've been praising the defense all year, but this was a unique challenge compared to a couple other matchups. What does it say about the defense to be able to go and do that against that type of offense?
Yeah, well, I think what we talked about, the last 3 weeks, we've kind of been going against pretty similar defenses in that spread concepts and the open formations, and this was the total opposite. And, bye weeks come at good times sometimes. It gives you an opportunity to really focus in on a really different style of play. And our defense had to respond to that and to hold them down to 10 points in the first half and 2 scores in the second half. I just thought, all in all, we played a really good physical defense against their offense.
And then you win by 3, and Oregon State calls that fake field goal at the end of the half. And didn't catch you guys off guard at all. Just what did you make of that play to end the first half?
Yeah, I think everybody, I don't really ever look at other people's calls because everybody has their reasoning and their why. And, we always look at, should you go for two, not go for two, fake a field goal, don't fake a field goal, fake a punt. If Noah's punt didn't work out, they would have questioned me for having Noah punt instead of Kyle, right? But instead, Noah punts it down there, and we're on the 5-yard line, and they're backed up, and we wind up getting a punt return to win the game, right? So I don't ever question anybody else's decisions. I know that's a really smart team over there and a smart coaching staff, and I'm sure they felt really good about that call.
Something like that earlier?
Yeah, and we took a timeout there at the end.
One for each of the players. For Jacob, the second game in a row, the opposition scored pretty easily on the first drive of the game, and then you guys made some adjustments and made it a lot harder for them for the most part. What was the discussion like after that first drive, and what changes did you guys make with that?
We were just telling them keep playing and just trust the process. Trust what Coach Nash is saying. We need to start faster, as we know. But, yeah, we just be resilient throughout the whole game.
And for Noah, what is the impact that Michael Wiley has? What difference does he make when he's out there?
I mean, he's a veteran player for us, and he's a leader. He just brings a different type of swag, a confidence into the huddle that can't really be emulated. So kind of just him coming in, talking to us, and just knowing that he's always going to be able to make a play. He could turn a flat route into a 30-yard touchdown. So he's just a very special player with the ball in his hands, even more special as a leader and as a person.
Jedd, I know you talked about the defense, but this is the fourth straight game where you held the opponent to under their season total. What does that say about how this defense has grown this season?
Well, I mean, I think we watch it every week. We watch how our defense, comes up with big stops at the right time. And red zone defense has been a huge priority for us in keeping these guys out of the end zone and making a big stop, keeping them at 75%. This was a team that scored every single time they were in the red zone up until this game. This is the first time that they didn't score in the red zone. We were 3 for 4. They were 3 for 4 this week, and that one stop is the game. And that was, we were 3 for 3. So we're sitting here now at 32 for 34 in the red area, and our defense is continuing to keep teams at about they're at about 75%, which is fantastic.
And then offensively, that final drive that you guys had the ball, you were able to run the ball. Offensive line had a back and forth game, just being able to stick with it up front. What did you see out of them?
Yeah, really, I felt like we were able to run the ball that whole second half. We got that one holding penalty that we would have been at 1st and 10 on the plus 30 after 2 huge runs. It would have been a 15-yard run and a 22-yard run. And then we got that holding penalty, which made it 2nd and 20. And then we got the grounding, which made it 3rd and 30. So it was kind of one of those crazy sequences. But I felt like our run game was going and felt really good about leaning on the run game in the second half and kind of use that to our advantage. And that's kind of who we become. We become a team that can be physical, make plays when the opportunity presents itself, but I think we can wear some guys out with the run game.
Hello, Brian and Damien.
My question was asked.
You're good? Okay, Damien?
Jacob, on Thursday, Jedd said that he thought that this game coming in would be a brawl. That's what he described it as. For you, how accurate of a description was it tonight?
I mean, it's pretty accurate. I got to give a shout-out to Oregon State and their offense. I mean, we knew it was going to be a physical game. So, yeah, just coming into the game, we know we had a physical them.
Justin and Mike.
For Noah, what has the last few weeks been like for you as QB1 and kind of taking over the offense?
It's definitely been a blessing. I don't take that lightly. Being able to be in this role, a leadership role, a quarterback role, and just having people trust me. The last 3 weeks has been great. I think the trust part is probably the best part about it. Play calling hasn't changed. Confidence and belief in my teammates hasn't wavered, and that's what you go for. The wins are great, but being able to win the locker room and being able to have a relationship with those guys, that's the best part.
Michael and Brian.
I have a handful for Coach Fisch. The interception, what happened on that play? Was it a miscommunication or a misread of the zone versus man?
On our interception that we threw. Yeah, I think what happened was we just they dropped the guy underneath the return route, and we should have kicked it out to Kevin Green, and we kind of got caught up a little bit. They dropped a guy underneath. We had a guy over on the other side of it, and we don't want to throw that ball over the middle.
On the onside kick, what should your guys have tried to jump on it before it went 10 yards, or how did you see that play?
Yeah, that was a weird one. That we probably need to be more aggressive on that kick. That kick was kind of looking like it wasn't going to go 10 yards, and then it went 10 yards, and then it went 13 yards, and then it became like one of those scary plays right in front of your face, which was right in front of mine at the time. But we wound up being able to knock it out. We did a good job of protecting the front line, so we had about 3 bodies on that could have got there. But I'd like to see us field that earlier, so then you get it at about 7 or 8 yards, and then they can't even touch it if you get a little more aggressive. But I got to see exactly how the blocking scheme went there. But it was a good kick.
You guys did not have any sort of significant plays out of the return game pretty much all season until those last 2 punt returns tonight. Is that something you worked on a lot over the last couple weeks?
Yes. We've made a huge focus on our punt return game and the importance of we talk about trying to get 1 first down. So if you can punt return for 10 yards, then you've gotten 1 more first down for the offense. I thought he had he got a 36-yard in return. He had a 20-yard return, which was just a huge return in the game. And it really all worked in sequence, right? It was backed up, pin him back, get the punt, have a great return, play great defense. And then Jacob's 20-yard return was huge.
Jacob, what have you seen from this defense from last year to this year? What is the key to why it's gotten so much better?
I got to give a shout out to the coaches, man. Coach Nash and Akina, I mean, the way they coach us and they push us, just physical defense and hard-nosed, just like back in the day. That's what we're trying to be, the Desert Swarm.
Is it still the same scheme that you did last year?
Yep. Yeah.
Is it just more familiarity with it?
Yeah, that too. We got more vets up front too, so yeah.
For Jedd and Noah, Jedd, how unique is Noah's poise considering his experience? And Noah, where do you think you get that poise from?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's no flinch. You know, there's no flinch in Noah. And really, I think I learned that when he was at Servite. And when you talk to these guys, you talk to Jacob, you talk to T, you talk to Kean, I'm like, what's he like? You know, what are we getting? What type of quarterback are we getting? And the biggest thing you would learn from him is that you're going to get the same guy every day. And that gives you poise, and that gives you confidence, and that gives you the ability to go out there and really not flinch. And I think that he showed that tonight. Noah was just about to answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, I would definitely want to shout out my family. My dad kind of raised me to in kind of these situations to be able to be cool, and then leaning on my faith and confidence in my coaches and my preparation. So that's kind of where I find my poise. Just kind of going back to the confidence that my coaches have in me, and if they trust me, why not trust them? So Coach Fisch has trusted in me since he got to Arizona. So he's never done anything. He showed me his loyalty. He's showed me his trust, and those are the coaches you play for.
Thank you.